Hey guys, Guy Love Star Wars here. Couple days till Mando, next episode, and as we know from the last episode, which was insane, if you haven't watched it yet, there might be a couple spoilers in here, so I'd watch it first, just to be safe. Last week we saw them go on Navarro, Mando goes to Navarro, and we saw them blow up that whole Imperial base, and a lot of stuff happened, but we won't get to that right now. This is about the next episode. The title has been leaked. We don't know if it's true or not, but the last title was leaked and it was true, which was The Siege. This episode is going to be called The Jedi, Chapter 13, The Jedi. So as we know, Dave Filoni will be directing the episode, and Jon Favreau directed the first four. As we know, Dave Filoni created Ahsoka, and we know Ahsoka's coming, so obviously he'll be in the episode that he's directing, because she's his child. I have four theories, or predictions on what I think that this next episode's going to entail. First of all, the Jedi. Who is the Jedi? My first prediction is the Jedi will be Ahsoka, and I know that's like the easiest prediction ever. But if you think about it, at the end of the Clone Wars, she left and said she was a citizen, and she didn't think of herself as a Jedi. Then we see her in Rebels again, and she also doesn't think of herself as a Jedi all throughout Rebels. She doesn't call herself a Jedi when she's talking to Kanan or anything. She denies being a Jedi. So she's some sort of Force user that isn't a Jedi. No real name to it yet. Maybe we'll get one. But this episode is called The Jedi. And if she's not the Jedi, then who is? But if it is her, when she's talking to Yoda at the end of Clone Wars Season 7 that came out just under a year ago, I think, she's talking to him and he says something along the lines of, "You're a Jedi?" And she's like, "Nah, I'm not a Jedi." She's like, "But I am not yet a Jedi." She says yet. So maybe she finds her way to become a Jedi. My second prediction is that the Jedi is Ezra. So if you haven't seen Rebels, you're clearly missing out. And if you haven't seen Rebels or the Clone Wars, you have no idea what happened in the Bo-Katan episode, and you're just really missing out because you don't know who she is, and you probably don't know who Ahsoka is. Or you probably know who Ahsoka is, but you probably don't actually know her. Go watch Clone Wars. You have a couple days to watch it all, and Rebels. So Rebels main character is Ezra Bridger, and I won't give a backstory because if you haven't watched Rebels yet, there's no use. So Ezra, as we know, is gone. He's gone with Thrawn in a Star Destroyer somewhere in the galaxy, and at the end of Rebels, we see Ahsoka and Sabine go off looking for Ezra. So if they do find Ezra on this planet that no one's even heard of, Mando's going to this planet that no one's heard of. Like, it hasn't been mentioned once in any shows or any of the movies. So it is a very far off place where no one will be able to find them. Would Ahsoka be training Ezra, or would they be training younger Jedis, or whatever it is? But if Ahsoka isn't a Jedi, could Ezra be the Jedi? Because Ezra is a Jedi, who's trained by Kanan, who was a Jedi. So is Ezra the Jedi? My third prediction, and this is a bold one, is Luke Skywalker the Jedi. I know everybody goes blah blah blah. Mark Hamill's old. Mark Hamill's not old. I love you, Mark. But Luke could be the Jedi at this time. We're 5 years after Return of the Jedi, that is, and Luke would be going around the galaxy looking for Force artifacts. He's trying to start his temple, but not yet. He hasn't started it yet. He doesn't start it till Ben's of age, which is around 10. And Luke is out looking for Force wielders, anything that can help him with his temple. And Ahsoka, his dad's Padawan, would be the perfect person to be at. And if they're training together, or just like working together kind of, then he could be the Jedi. I really, really, really want to see Luke in this Mando season. Like, even if it's just at the end, it's a huge cliffhanger. Because he's in the galaxy right now. He's a huge part of the galaxy right now, because his sister is running the Galactic Senate probably. And he's going to run the temple. So if he's not the Jedi, then I don't know. I mean, it's very far-fetched, but I think it's a possibility that he could. Because if you think about it, Mando Season 1 gave you 0 spoilers. It didn't do anything. You didn't know the child even existed till the end of Episode 1. But coming into Season 2, you knew Boba Fett would be in it. You knew that Ahsoka would be in it. You knew we'd see Sabine. or you'd think we see Sabine. We haven't seen her yet, but these weren't happening in season 1. So if they told us all of this beforehand, that means that they're hiding something even bigger, which we've already seen in the last episode with all the cloning stuff. But imagine a Luke Skywalker, a young Luke Skywalker, who's alright. On to my fourth and final prediction. If you haven't seen Rebels again, this one's gonna not really make sense to you, but Kanan dies. Sorry if you didn't know that. But Kanan dies. And Hera has a kid, and the kid's Jason, and he has this nice green hair, but beside the point. He would be of age now, probably 10 years old, to start training. Would Ahsoka be training him? Would Ezra be training him? It's gonna be crazy. When Mando gets to this planet, I don't know who he's gonna find first, but I really hope it's like he finds Sabine brings him to Ahsoka and Ezra, or he finds Ahsoka first and Ahsoka takes him to Luke. So many things could happen. But I want to see Sabine. I want to see Ahsoka, of course. Ahsoka's my favorite character, if you don't know. I want to see Ezra. I really want to see Ezra. Maybe they go work together and find Ezra. But with Ezra, you'll find Thrawn, who's this huge bad guy. If you haven't seen Rebels, go watch it now. It's not a kid show. Thrawn is this huge bad guy in the Empire. Way better than Moff Gideon. We don't know enough about Moff yet, but Thrawn is the man. So he would be there too. He wouldn't be there, obviously, because he's a bad guy, but he would be with Ezra when they find him. I want to see Chopper. Chopper, if you don't know, he's the best, second best R2 unit. And I want to see Hera. I definitely want to see Hera and her son Jason, because we haven't seen them since Rebels, and we've seen the Ghost a couple times. If you haven't seen the Ghost, it's been spotted in Rise of Skywalker. So we know that Hera is still around, or at least the Ghost is, which I hope Hera's still around driving it. But her son could be a Force wielder. It's Kanan's son, so it's a Jedi's son. It could be a Force wielder, and they could be training it. That's about it. I mean, that was a lot. I really want to see Luke. I'd love to see Ahsoka. I really hope the Jedi is Ezra or Luke. But I really hope it's Ezra training Jason, which would be insane. And I hope they really pull it off, because we haven't seen a live action Ahsoka yet, and I hope it's good. I know it's good because they pulled off Bo so good that I can't see it going wrong. Alright, that's it. I could keep going on for days. May the Force be with you. I'll be back soon.